What's up, Internet? If you haven't noticed, it's Mission 69.
Mission 69. Coming at you.
So it's November 2020, and that's probably the most awkward opening I think I've ever done. I think I pulled a hammy. Mission 69, pretty big old box, rather tall, wide. Let's see what's inside. I'm a poet and didn't know it. I can rhyme anytime. Will you just look at that? We got the mission brief sitting up here on top. Mission brief, right here. Mission brief 69. And I'm gonna jump right on in to the basic box. First up in the basic box, we've got the Lord and Field blanket sleeping bag strap. Now, I think all of us have used belts and we've used paracord and we used all kind of different kind of straps to roll up a sleep roll or a bed roll, some people call it. Blankets, sleeping bags, things like that. And it works, but it kind of sucks. What if you had something that was designed to do exactly that? Keep your sleeping bag or your bed roll or your blankets in check. We got one right here. Don't need that. Got two things you ain't supposed to eat. Get those out of here. So the Lord and Field blanket sleeping bag strap. You see right there, Lord and Field. Genuine leather. We've got really nice stitching here. Right there it says Bushcraft blanket sleeping bag carrier. So it's essentially a leather strap system. So you can take your blanket, bedroll, sleeping bag, roll it up, and cinch it down with this. And then this area here acts as a carrying handle. There may be something in the box where I can show you how this works. So we're going to move on to the next item. Yeehaw. I'll show you more on that here in a little bit. Hint, hint, you might be getting something that you can put in that strap. So second up in the basic box is the Piranha Fishbone 2.0 knotless rope tie. That's a lot of words. Also in a very loud package. So you get some paracord there, and then you get the cool little, I did a video on this. Some of you may have seen it. If not, you can go back after this video and watch it. So what we have here, some directions and a sticker. You got a keychain. You can use that as a keychain if you want. The length of paracord and the Fishbone knotless rope tie right there. This is called the Piranha. They've got another model that was before this one, so this is kind of a revamp and upgrade to their other model. Kind of looks like a Piranha fishbone or skeleton, if you will. So a really cool thing. A lot of people don't really know how to tie a lot of knots. A friend of mine, he just keeps tying knots until it holds. Problem is, when you're ready to take that apart or loose, sometimes you can't. You just give up on it, cut your line or whatever. Even for the professional knot tyer, knot smith, whatever you want to call yourself, this thing's going to be really handy because it's quick and easy to use and it works great. I'm going to undo it from this thing right here and show you real quick how to do it. It's got directions here. There's actually several different ways you can use this, and you can come up with your own ideas and imagination because you've got through the eye there of the fishbone, you know, you can pass your cordage through that. So it's really cool for like guy lines. You could tie this to your tent or to your tarp or whatever, and then go down around your stake or your peg or your tree or whatever that you may be hooking to, come back up. You can lash this on, and then using through that eye, you can go up, you know, as a tensioner. And then when it gets tight, you know, you're good and tight. If you need to tighten it up or loosen it, all you got to do is slide this up and down through the eye. So that's one way to use it. Other way to use it, what you want to do is you want to run your line towards the tail of the fish, like so, this way. And then you're going to wrap it. So I went over that middle spine area, the back, and then pull it into that tail notch, and it's not going anywhere. Have you ever heard a fella tie something down or strap something down, the next thing he always says is, it's not going anywhere. You can't tie or fasten anything down without saying that when you're done. A lot of people find out that it does go somewhere later, but confidence is good, right? So that's not going anywhere. So now you can run this around a tree, around whatever it is that you want to run it around. Hook it into that hook right there. Now you can tighten down on whatever it is you're tying to. Now you just take this, wrap it around, pull it tight, it cinches under itself, and now you got a loop around whatever it is you're tying, right? So really cool little piece of kit right there. No knots required, and that is the knotless rope tie, the Fishbone Piranha 2.0. Yeehaw. I promise you it won't bite your flesh. So next up in the basic box is the Sun Company Zipper Comp. Zipper Comp. Check that out. Navigation is one of the things that I think everybody needs to work on, myself included. So when it comes to situations where you can't rely on, a GPS, a mobile device, or anything like that, and you have to find direction or be able to navigate and understand all that, you really need to have a good compass on you. And there's tons of different compasses. There's tons of different things that you can do with compasses. But having a basic compass on you at all times where you can, find direction and do simple tasks. This little guy right here is pretty cool because you can just put it on a zipper pull of a backpack, your jacket, anything like that. Strap it to your shoulder strap of your backpack. You got your cardinal points at the top that shows, your true north, and then you've got your heading on the sides here, or your direction on the sides here. So my north is this way, but reading here on the side, I'm facing west, right? So it automatically does that for you, and it's very well put together. Liquid filled, and it's just quick and easy to read. It's got bright colors on the letters here. So some of you may be a little bit confused when I say cardinal directions and heading, or cardinal reading and heading or directional reading. So the very top right here, and I don't know how well the camera can pick it up. Maybe if I turn it this way, it'll pick it up a little bit better. But up on the top, you've got a small grid that's north, south, east, west, and then it's got the arrow pointing north, right? But if you look right here as well, you see the north is over here by the south. Well, that's your direction. The top is what some compasses are like. You look at it, all you have is north, south, east, west, no matter how you turn it or look at it. This essentially has two increments of direction, I guess you would say. So yeah, I know my north is this way, but which way am I facing? And you've got a little arrow right here. So if you hold it like this, my heading's west. So if I kept walking that way, I'm going west. So if I know I want to go north, I turn like this, that way is north. And yeah, you can look at your cardinal and just go like this, but it's just easy for people that say, okay, my heading needs to be west. You don't ever have to look down necessarily and know, okay, there's my north, this way's west. You can just hold it like this. Like right now, you guys are looking north-ish. It's just two ways of being able to read that, which is nice. Beats the brakes off a little button compass that are in a lot of survival kits. So last up in the basic box, we've got one of my most favorite products that I just dig it. And of course it has to do with fire. Y'all know how I am with fire, right? Zippo Typhoon Match Kit. Now, I know in the past, some of you guys that's been subscribers for a while, we've already sent this, and it's very rare that we send the same thing twice. But here's the deal. Number one, this is a consumable. Number two, it's freaking awesome. So I know you guys used it and you want some more. Number three, we've got a lot of new customers that have seen the Southern Survival TV show on Netflix, which this was in episode 1. We had a blast filming with this stuff. We actually sent some to Netflix for them to have, and they almost burnt the building down, I believe. So this being a consumable and this being a product that we stand behind, this stuff right here freaking works. If you need to start a fire in any condition, I don't care if it's windy, I don't care if it's raining, I don't care if it's below zero, if it's 1,000 degrees outside, it don't matter. Hot, cold, wet, dry, freaking stuffy, humidity, I don't care. This thing right here is gonna help you start a fire every time. It's freaking sweet, and if you don't think so, you need to have your pulse checked. Something's wrong with you. Why is it awesome? Well, watch the TV show. You'll see. Freaking fire extinguisher can't even put these things out. You've got to let it burn out. So what we have here is a waterproof case, okay? It's got a gasket here. You get, I think it's 15. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. You can keep them in this plastic bag if you want in here. You don't have to because this is a waterproof case. All right, leave one out because we're gonna play with it. Directions. We don't need directions. You get 2 extra strike pads right here. And your pad conveniently goes down here on the bottom in another waterproof, weatherproof area. So when this wears out, you can just stick another one on there. You can't put these things out, right? You can dunk them in water, you can dunk them in dirt, hit them with a fire extinguisher, they'll come back to life. Ooh, it's violent. Woo! Kind of reminds you of a sparkler, I'm sure, but can't blow it out. Can't spit it out. So once it gets down to the bottom there, naturally it goes out. So there's your safeguard. We got some water. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. Ooh, that's a sharp knife. Came in a Battlbox a few months back. Yeah. I don't recommend you play with these in the house because it will smoke the place up. I mean, if you're in the bathroom and you know how matches are in bathrooms, you know, this is probably the only match that'll take the stench away after Steve uses the bathroom. I'm just saying. So there we go. We got our match burning. We got us some water right here. I'll hold it up like this so y'all can see it. Still going. Swishing it around. Still going. Freaking awesome is that, man. The best match there is. Ooh, my fingers is getting hot. It burns extremely hot. Proof's in the pudding, man. Awesome Christmas present. Stocking stuffer for the pyro in your family, like me. So that was your basic box. We got the tried and true Zippo Typhoon match kit right here. We got the Piranha 2.0 from Fishbone, the knotless rope tie. We've got this really sweet little compass right here, the zipper comp. And then we've got the Lord and Field sleeping bag, blanket, roll, organizer. What's it called? Strap. Carrier. Bag strap. So now it's time for the advanced box. In the advanced box, we got one item this month. And this item right here, 47 months ago, we sent a similar item. It is a wool blanket. The wool blanket was probably one of the most popular items that was sent out back then. I mean, it's freaking, wool blankets are freaking awesome. All right, so the last one was kind of like a military green, kind of your quintessential military wool blanket. If you've been in the military, you know all about the wool blanket. So a wool blanket is extremely versatile for many reasons. Number one, they're naturally fire retardant. They're naturally water resistant. They keep you warm. They're heavy. You know, if you like to have a heavy blanket, you can do that. You can wear it as a garment. You can make a shelter out of it. You can do a ton of things with a wool blanket. It's kind of like a giant bandana. You know, there's tons of uses for a bandana. There's tons of uses for a wool blanket. So if you got a wool blanket, now you got another one because you need more than one. You can keep one with your bug out gear. You can keep one, definitely keep a couple of these in a vehicle during the winter time, okay? The snowpocalypse comes and you're stuck in traffic or you have a breakdown, this guy right here is gonna help keep you warm, I promise you. If you're cooking brisket, you can wrap your brisket up in the wool blanket, let it rest for a couple hours. That thing's gonna be delicious when you get done with it. I'm telling you, wool blankets are awesome. I mean, this thing's massive. Wear it as a garment. You know, keep yourself nice and warm. Hope you let it mess up the microphone. You can make a hammock out of these. You can make a chair out of these. I mean, all sorts of bushcraft uses for this. You got multiples in your family. You don't want nobody to be messing with your blanket. Sharpie belongs to right there. Look right here. Say, this is my blanket right here. See, Turing, 1776. That's my blanket. I write my name on everything. Daniel can tell you that, and all my past coworkers can tell you that, because if you were like me and you made your living with tools, you know that tools like to walk away, especially when you're working with other people. I put my name on everything. So if I can't find something and I see you got one and it's got my name on it, well, yeehaw, that's mine, give it back. Now I get to show you this other Lord and Field product that was in the basic box real quick. So let me roll this bad boy up right here and I'll show it to you. Give me a second, mystery spot. Because I ain't gonna be able to roll it standing up. All right, I'm back. So, I mean, I'm sure all y'all have seen the old school, like, Easy Rider posters with the guy with the chopper, and he's got his bedroll wrapped up, you know, right there above his headlight at the riser of his handlebars. I mean, that can be you. So you just simply throw that over your bag, your sleeping bag, or your bedroll. It kind of reminds me of back in the day when all the school kids would strap their books by a belt, their dad's leather belt. Maybe showing my age a little bit. I'm not that old, but I do remember seeing that. So there you go. So now you just grab your blanket. You know, if you got this strapped down to the front of your motorcycle, yeah, you can take it off. You just grab it right there. Keeps everything right there in check. And there's plenty left over. So if you've got, you know, a big thick sleeping bag, this will still work. If you got a pillow, if you wrapping up 2 or 3 blankets, you know, you can put a pretty large blanket in there. But that's the basic idea of the sleeping bag, blanket, bushcraft strap. Yeehaw. So now it's time for the Pro Box, and this freaking item right here, I'm pretty stoked about right here. I'm actually really stoked about this part right here because it kind of brings me back to my childhood a little bit with a modern twist. So what we have here is the Coleman Deluxe Lantern Kit. What do they call it? The Perfect Flow. Let me make a little bit of room here because I want to open this case up. So I don't know about you, but pretty much everybody that took me hunting and fishing and camping and anything like that when I was a kid had, you know, the old school Coleman lantern, and you pump it up and you light the what do they call it, the mantle or whatever in it, I think what it's technically called. And I can't tell you how many times I've been on the pier at the beach fishing with being lit with lanterns, camping, catfishing at the river or whatever. So this is kind of a modern twist on that old school lantern because it's in this awesome case, which I don't remember ours having. I think one we had was in a case, a metal case, but this bad boy has got some sticky stuff holding the paper on. Take that off. We don't need that. So you got this really nice case right here. And on the inside, you've got your lantern right here. So what's different about this is you don't need Coleman fuel to light it or whatever for it to run. It actually runs on the cylinders, the Coleman cylinders. I don't really want to take this all apart. I got one down here already put together, okay? So it's real easy to put together. I'm gonna close this back up and show you the mystery spot one. Okay? Okay. Give me a second. How nice was that? That was almost exactly a second right there. So we'll put this over here, and I'm gonna grab the one down here in the mystery spot. Ba-bam! How familiar is that? I don't know, man. It just, it's so freaking cool to me, you know? So, as you can see here, we've got the Coleman propane canister in the bottom. Does not come with this. You're gonna have to buy that on your own, but y'all know where to get those. And if you were a past, got one of these refill things that we had in a past box, you can refill your own bottles. Yeah, how about that? So you got yourself your little propane canister there. You basically just screw the top on there. You got this bottom, which is your base. It's got these nice feet that fold out so that it's more stable than like this, which is pretty cool because I remember ours falling over quite a bit when I was a kid because I don't remember it having as wide of a base to it. It's got your typical carrying handle so you can freak people out. I mean, Halloween's already passed, but you know, you can walk down a railroad track at night with this, freak out a lot of people. Basically, it works just like the old school lantern, except you don't have to pump up to get any pressure in there to light it. So you simply have right here, I don't know if you can hear that, you got the fuel that comes up to the top and you light it. So if you've got a long stick or a long match or whatever, you can do it just like the old school way. It's got holes here in the bottom where you can run it up, feed it the fuel, and it will light. The mantles, I don't have a long match. I do have these, but I don't think that'll fit up in there, and I don't want to scorch this thing because this thing's a little bit too BA, if you know what I mean. This is how you light it if you can't get something up in there. You just simply take the top off. Take off your top. So when you get this, these parts are going to be separate. You gotta put these on. It comes with those. You take this, set it in there like so, and you got your top, or your glass, I'm sorry. Your glass just goes on there just like that. Mystery spot. Mystery spot always provides for me. You know what I'm saying? That joker's been around since mission 1, the old mystery spot. Basically all you do, get ready to feed her some fuel, get your flame going down in there. You want them to char when you first go with them. There we go. Get a good char going on them. You got to get them to char a little bit. You don't want them to burn and slap up, so you want to blow them out. But get a good char going on it. And before it gets too terribly hot, put your top back on. Find your nut. Put your nut on there. And you can crank your fuel on up. And we've got light! Look at that. Just like the old school lanterns, man. Freaking cool as that. I'm ready to go catfishing or something, man. Gosh. I mean, it even sounds like the old school lanterns, man. And of course, you can turn it down, get a little less light. Put out way more light than you think they do. But man, it's just, I mean, that's camping, man. That's being outdoors right there. A Coleman lantern, period. I mean, that you gotta have one. And if you ain't got one, and you're a Battlbox subscriber that's pro level or higher, then yeehaw, you got one right there. Freaking sweet as that. And do the rest of the video under the freaking Coleman light. Probably wouldn't be too wise, but then of course, shut her down. You turn her down. And it'll smoke a little bit as you, I mean, it takes a little bit of time to break it in. You got to break it in. Got a little bit of smoke going, but it won't be as smoky the more you use it. So freaking pumped about that. That's just so awesome. And then of course, after it cools off, you can break it back down, put it back in your case. I recommend keep your the foam parts that are in there that help keep the glass safe. Keep those. So when you put them back in the case, it's tight in the case, doesn't rattle around. So that is your pro item right there, the Coleman lantern. So now it's time for the Pro Plus box, which is the knife of the month. So last month we gave away a lot of stuff. A lot of, some lucky subscribers got some extra stuff. Kind of doing the same thing this month with the Pro Plus knife, and I'll get to that shortly. But first, let me show you what we got. So we've got the Civivi Plethoros 904 series folder right here. This thing's pretty freaking sweet. You hear me? It's pretty sweet. And I love their, gosh, everybody's trying to kill us. Don't eat that. Don't eat it. So you got this nice little case right here from Civivi. I like saying that, Civivi. We got the Civivi microfiber towel thing there so you can keep your knife nice and clean. And I don't know if some of y'all notice this, but this is kind of the same way that We Knives packages their stuff. You want to know why? Because We Knives makes these. So it's kind of a subsidiary or sister knife company to We Knives, so you know the quality's there. Because them cats know how to freaking make a knife. Check that bad boy out. Ain't it sexy? It's so nice. So this one here has green G10 scales with carbon fiber inlay. It's got a really, really nice taut clip right there. I like a taut clip. That way I ain't got to worry about it falling out of my pocket. It's got the Civivi C logo inlaid right there where the pivot is. Man, it's nice. And it's a flipper. Cha-ching! Let me wipe it down with my cloth. Oh, it's so nice. Wipe it down with the cloth. Check that blade profile out. Man, that's a sexy knife right there. And sharp. Man, it's sharp. So we got D2 steel. Very, very nice high polish to it. And the ergonomics is awesome. That's a very, very nice blade right there. Kind of on the fancier knife side if you like the fancy knives. Definitely a workhorse if you're like me and you use your knives. I don't care how fancy they are. I use them. All my knives look like I've run them through the ringer. Your liner lock, as you can see. Just push that to the side. If you're new to knives and don't know, that's what retains your blade so it doesn't come down on you. So you just push that to the side and move it in. Now the blade's on the inside of that lock and you can close it. So what's special about what we got going on here? So there's 3 possible colors that you're going to get. You might get this green color, it's kind of an OD green, get a tan or a black. So it'd be tan with carbon fiber or black with carbon fiber. I got the tan one here if you want to see what the tan looks like. So green or tan, or you want to get the black one, okay? What if you open your box and you don't get a green or a tan one or a black one? What if? Well, then you probably got one of 3 special ones that are going out to a few subscribers. So one of which, be sure I get it right, the black with carbon fiber, but it has a Damascus blade on it. So the black one of these will look like this, but it'll have that blade. But you might get the black with the Damascus blade. How about that? Isn't that nice? That's sexy right there. The sandalwood handle Damascus blade. Wood handle Damascus blade. And here you can see the brass. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the brass in there for the pivot. Look at that. Oh, son. That right there, I think that's the one I'd like to get right there. Ain't that nice? Well, there's a third one. And if you get this knife, please, dear God, post on social media that you got this one and send us some pictures of it and tag us in it, because I don't have one because they're supposed to arrive in the shop today. It's a different steel. What's the steel?
154 cm.
154 cm steel, but it's copper handle. So it looks like kind of a distressed copper. It's so freaking sweet, man. Just such an awesome knife. So there's going to be some of you out there that get one of those 3 special Civivi knives. The wooden one, Damascus, the black carbon Damascus, or the copper handle one. That's your Pro Plus and your potential even more better Pro Plus if you get one of the 3 other potential ones that are going out there. Ye freaking haw. I love that knife. That's a good knife. That's a nice knife. Freaking awesome. Dang it, I love my job. I freaking think it's awesome. I'm all about it. Shoo-wee, so that's mission 69, y'all. I'm gonna speak up a little bit because I got my lantern over here running. Might mess up my audio a little bit, but that's okay because it's freaking awesome. Recap, we've got the zipper comp right there, a really cool compass that you can use as a quick grab deal on a zipper of a jacket or a backpack or what have you, on a strap of a backpack. You really need to understand navigation, and if you don't, maybe that item right there will kind of give you a little bit of kick in the pants to start doing a little bit of studying on navigation so that you can understand it in case you ever need it. And if you do, you got a cool little compass right there to help you along the way. We've got obviously the Coleman lantern right here, the modern twist to the old school lantern that I remember as a kid. Still has that really cool kind of nostalgic feeling, but in the modern twist by using the canisters that are available today. So you still get great lighting. I got it down a little bit because it obviously get brighter than that, but if you've ever used a lantern like this, you know how bright and how well they work when you're in the dark. So you get you one of them rascals right there. And of course, it's got the nice carrying case, which is a great feature. We've got the Fishbone's knotless rope tie right here. Really cool way to fasten down your cordage without using knots. And there's a lot of different ways you can use it. Be sure to check out their website. They'll show you all the different ways. I showed the basic way earlier, but a really cool way to, make ridge lines, tie stuff down, use on guy ropes, whatever, without using a knot. Really freaking cool. Then we got the Zippos right here, the Typhoon matches. Them things right there will help you light a fire in any situation. Prove me wrong. Them things right there work. That's all there is to it. So it is a consumable. If you've got it in the past, now you're getting some more, or you're getting some new ones to add back into your collection. And then up here, we've got the ever so popular wool blanket right here. A great fire retardant, water resistant blanket that can be used in all sorts of situations, from just keeping in your car in case you need it to keep warm, or as used as an emergency blanket, to help somebody to keep them from going into shock if you roll up on an accident, to making hammocks, chairs, whatever. Garments, right there. That's how you do it. And then you got the Lord and Field strap right there to help you keep it all in check. And you got plenty more room there so that you can add more pillow, sleeping bag, whatever. Maybe even, slide some food in there, hide some snacks for late at night. Nobody else knows, because your name is on your blanket. That's your blanket, your snacks in there. And then finishing it off, we've got the Civivi Plethoros flipper folding knives right here that are freaking sexy, okay? And you're gonna get potentially any of these colors and a copper and a black that I don't have right here. So really cool. Some people are gonna get these two or the copper one, and then we've got the green, the tan, and the blacks of these right here. So we've got possible Damascus, and then we've got the D2 on the others. Ye freaking haul, man. Coming at you with some awesome stuff going into the holiday season. And be quite honest with you, if you already got some of this right here, stocking stuffer for your favorite friend. Stocking stuffer for your favorite friend. So that is mission 69 of Battlebox. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias. You can follow us there. Be sure to like and comment down below. And if you want to find out more about Battlebox, you can find us at www.battlbox.com. You can see all past missions, all past vidges, and I'll see you next month with mission 70. Yeehaw, December. Santa might show back up. Come on. What's up, Internet? What's up, Internet?
Welcome to the awkwardness that is mission 69. Welcome to mission 69. And then that's it. That's the only time you reference it.